beginning of history, libraries have been providing local communities with the information and knowledge to better understand their world. Today, the El Segundo Museum of Art and the El Segundo Public Library have partnered together to bring a refreshing new experience to the local community, a living library. The first living library began in Copenhagen as a way to encourage young people to connect with others outside of their social circles. The libraries consisted of people with interesting stories, known as books, that allowed themselves to be borrowed by spending time with visitors and sharing different perspectives with each other.
The Living Library is an opportunity for strangers to sit down and have 20-minute conversations. The whole concept started about 20 years ago in Denmark. Just breaking down stereotypes and getting to know people, getting to know their stories, their differences, and really finding out that we really have a lot more in common than we, unexpectedly think we do.
When I was first told that I was going to be a living book, my first thought was, I think they have the wrong person. I think they actually want the founding pastor of the church and the nonprofit. And then I told a few friends about this experience, this thing that I was taking a part of, and their question to me was, oh, were you going to get an ISBN number? And I thought, well, I hope so. That would be great. I would love to have my own ISBN number.
Being a living book is something very different than reading a book, as you said. Like, people might not pick the book that I am in from the shelf, but I'm here as a person, as a three-dimensional being, and I'm sharing my experiences. And it's so important for me to have people learn what I do and break the misconceptions about my work. And I want people to know this profession is not about stripping your clothes off. It's about inspiring people.
We've been here, I think so far we've interviewed two of the living books. And it's an interesting concept because, now you're so used to your computer, your laptop, your television that you don't have that, face-to-face interaction with a person. And so to hear each person's story and to hear in their own words was really interesting.
Yeah, I think it's a very interesting idea, and I'm very happy to be a part of it. I just think it's a good opportunity to let people know what it's like working in a soup kitchen where we come in contact with those on the margins of society. And if you actually meet these folks, then you see them as that we're all alike.
I feel that I really love to give back to the community, and I think that I share a different perspective. And being the first woman battalion chief in the South Bay, I feel like I have a responsibility to be a leader in this town. I spoke with a woman who she grew up and her dad was a firefighter, and she did not go into firefighting because he had told her that it wasn't a woman's job. And I thought that, if I would have seen her when she was young, that, that would be a different story. Her life would be a different story.
My son, Andrew, is one of the living books, and he has a diagnosis of autism. So, of course, when you hear that someone has a diagnosis, you wonder just how far they can participate. When we had prompted him, talked about it, and he was initially he was like, I don't know. I'm like, you can do it. Just talk about your movies, the things that you like. So he's done, I think this is his third interview, and he's done really well.
So this is what the Living Library is about. It's building bridges between cultures, between ages, between friends. And El Segundo is such a small city, but a mighty city. This is a tradition we started, and we will keep going with it.
We've always been told never to talk to strangers, but the Living Library today has shown us that by stepping out of our comfort zone, we can build a better community. For El Segundo TV, I'm Natasha Gascon.